Hi there, how are you? Thank you for coming in this Thursday at 4 o'clock again. This is week 2. We've got John again with us today. So thank you all for coming in last week. It was really good. We had quite a few people looking at the packs, and pack number 1, which is the $85 pack, which has been really good. So we're really excited to get through pack number 2, week 2. So we've got a good selection of little wines to go through for week 2, and I hope you all have been safe for the last week. It's been tough times, but we've actually had a good reprieve yesterday. We can actually open the cellar door a little bit more. We can do takeaway sales, so things will probably still be a bit slow, but we can start to see some more people coming through, which is a bit good. Today, obviously, we're going to go through pack 2, and in pack 2, John's going to go through the little wines, but just to go through the wines we've got, El Capitan Tempranillo is number 1. We've got the Kitchen Garden Mataro to go through, the Local Heroes Shiraz Grenache, the Davy Estate Shiraz 2017, the Davy Estate Cabernet 2018, and a little special one that John's going to be excited to talk about is the Black Bubbles Sparkling Shiraz. So
always fun.
Always fun. So it's really exciting time, so I hope you've all come on board, and if you don't get a chance, we'll have a little bit at the end, but I'll hand over to John to talk about the wines, and we'll go from there.
So the first wine in the tasting pack this week is our Tempranillo, 2016 vintage. Tempranillo is, and it's called El Capitan because in Spain, Tempranillo is probably the leading variety of Spain. So hence why we called it El Capitan. Tempranillo, I believe, although I don't speak Spanish, means early, and it is a very early ripening variety in terms of the fruit we grow here in McLaren Vale. So it's one of the first reds we pick off the estate, and we pick it. We want to see really bright red fruit, cherry, red apple skin. We want the wine to be quite fragrant. It's only medium bodied, about 13% alcohol. A little bit of age on it now, so it's also getting a little bit of development, just a little bit of savoury character coming in as well. Look, a great wine to just sit around and quaff, but works really well with lighter style meats and anything from a nice salad as well. Really versatile wine. The second wine that we've got in the lineup is our Kitchen Garden Mataro. The Kitchen Garden vineyard is just out the back of our cellar door here and at the back of our restaurant kitchen, hence why it's called Kitchen Garden, no surprise there. Mataro, or as many of you might know it, Mourvedre, which is the French name for the same variety, or in Spain it's called Monastrell. And that's, it's a wine that it's the latest ripening, so whereas Tempranillo is the first we pick, Mataro is the last picked from the estate. And it always has lovely blackberry and rich fruit characters, but it also has this nice earthy sort of spiciness to it. A medium to full-bodied wine, and from the 17 vintage, which was actually quite a cool year. So there's a degree of elegance that come into all the 17 wines. How does this sell, Dave? What do people think of this, not knowing the variety perhaps as well as some others that people...
No, it's received really well. The good thing about it is also we've got the Mataro, just the fruit just sitting outside the cellar door, so we can actually correlate between the fruit that's sitting on the vine, and people can look at it and showcase it to people. It's something new, people are quite interested on it, but it's also a way of times. We're all looking for new varietals and new things to look at. So the Mataro is an interesting one on the list, and it probably sells really well because of that fact of people tasting something different.
It's always been grown here in Australia. It's not a new variety, but it has been newly discovered again. I used to make it in fortifieds along with Grenache many years ago when that was the popular thing. But we really are making some very interesting red wine styles from it, and I think it's something that we're going to see a lot more of in the future. The next wine that we've got there is the Local Heroes Shiraz Grenache, and again the name's a bit self-explanatory. Shiraz and Grenache are hero varieties of this district, so an easy name and a bit of fun. Plus, the Mark Knopfler music from the film Local Heroes is one of my favourite little guitar riffs of anything as well,
nice.
so where it came into. The Shiraz is from the Davey estate, and it brings that blackberry and rich dark berry fruit to the wine. But the Grenache is from a vineyard which is on deep sand over clay, and they're actually 1947 planted, Dave, really old vines, bush vines, so they're that sort of goblet shaped, hand-picked, and so a lot of labour. Hard to prune, really hurts your back. But we've done so well with that Grenache over the years, and I think that combination of Shiraz Grenache really speaks about McLaren Vale. The Grenache lightens off the dark berry fruit of the Shiraz a little. It adds some roses and Turkish delight and some nice spice and perfume to the wine. So it just makes it a little more approachable, a little more slurpy through the palate, that sort of thing.
That's good, and that one's a really good popular wine in Cellar Door, especially with the members. It's a good follower for the people that walk in Cellar Door. Sometimes the question we do get sometimes, John, it might be one for you guys, why don't we do our own straight Grenache? And sometimes it's the volume we do, and it goes into the blends that we do. But you might want to go a little bit further on it.
Look, I guess the fact is that Grenache is, we love it as winemakers because it's often difficult from year to year. Some years it can just be sublime, and other years it can be a troublesome child. In wetter years it's a little difficult. So we've decided to do more blends with the Grenache, Shiraz Grenache, Grenache Shiraz Mourvedre and things. It allows us to keep a very consistent product from year to year. We only take Grenache from 2 different vineyards, and I think to do a straight Grenache I probably want 5 or 6 or 7 different vineyards to make sure I had what I needed every year. And you're right, Dave, maybe we should come back to doing it because Grenache has become more and more popular. It used to be talked about by winemakers, but not drunk by a lot of people.
Yeah,
but it's certainly become more popular, and perhaps it is time we went back to doing one. We did one back in 2005, so we did have one back in.
I've seen the bottles around the cellar place. Yeah, I've seen them.
The next one in the lineup, I guess, is the Shiraz Davey Estate, the Shingleback Davey Estate. It's kind of the heart of our business. When my brother and I first started Shingleback, we said we'd make one wine, the Estate Shiraz, and that was going to be it. That didn't last long. We knew we needed to have a more diverse offering and price points and all those sorts of things. But Shiraz is the focus of the Davey Estate. Over 2/3 of the estate is planted to Shiraz. And as we know, it's become the hero variety of Australia around the world. So this wine does travel and is drunk on tables across the world, the US, Canada, through Asia, China, all sorts of places. The New Zealanders love it, New Zealanders love it too. So it's typical McLaren Vale Shiraz, and it shows those lovely dark berry summer fruits, little bit of red fruit there as well. We see some kind of milk chocolate come in, maybe just a hint of olive and some sort of characters are starting to age. Again, this is a 2017 vintage, and we, again, slightly cooler year, a little bit wetter year, so the wines are more medium to full bodied from that year and have a really nice length and prettiness about them. This wine picked up a platinum, which is sort of the next level above gold in the wine show circuits in the Decanter Wine Awards in the UK. So it's done very well in that respect as well. I guess Shiraz, everybody expects to see some great Shiraz when they come here, Dave.
That's exactly right, and look at different variations as well. So the good thing about McLaren Vale is, and I'm proud to work for a company that does win so many awards and trophies for the different styles it does, but particularly the Shiraz. And when you come to the region, if you're going to come, please come. And the main thing about McLaren Vale is the Shiraz as you get around the region. And it's not to say we do the best Shiraz, we would say we do, but there's still some fantastic Shirazes. If you can't make a good Shiraz in McLaren Vale, you shouldn't be here in some respects.
We had a Shiraz this year come equal top in the Australian Shiraz Challenge, so we're very proud of that too. Cabernet. Although we talk about Shiraz and Grenache a lot in McLaren Vale, this is a great Cabernet district. A lot of Cabernets have won awards over the years here. I know that I know that we picked up a Jimmy Watson with a Cabernet. I know Darrenberg did. I know Scarpantoni's did as well. So it is a variety that shines. In the US and a lot of places in the world, Cabernet is the king of varieties. It's the red that everybody wants to achieve and to make the best one they can. It always has, McLaren Vale Cabernet has a mid-palate and lusciousness to it that some districts miss out. Cabernet can be a little bit edges and sometimes we talk about the donut and that needs a bit of jam to fill it. Well, McLaren Vale always has that mid-palate richness in Cabernet. We talk about sometimes blackberry cassis, blueberry with Cabernet. We talk about, in this I think you see a little bay leaf. This is a 2018 vintage, which was a little bit bigger and more structured year, so it's quite a rich, full-bodied wine. Look, great, honestly, if you're having a solid roast, this is the wine to drink with it, I always think. It's got some structure. Whereas with Shiraz, we use both some American and French oak. This is just the best quality French oak. We find that the structure of French oak supports Cabernet really well. Whereas the first three wines in this lineup really only show very background oak or very little. Both the Davy Estate Shiraz and Cabernet really need that oak. It's part of the style, it's part of their chewy structural tannins and the moorishness of them. These wines will age a long time, they really will. Well, I guess we better finish Dave.
Or in the Black Bubbles.
We have a saying with Black Bubbles, guaranteed to get you up and dancing, because it's a good fun wine. Yeah. This is a little bit different in how it's made. So it's all Shiraz, sparkling Shiraz, but every year since back in 2003, this wine has been made, and every year we hold about half to 2/3 of the blend, and that's the reserve wine for the next year. We then add in some younger vintage to it, and that adds brightness and freshness. But the older wine, and there's some wine in this, Dave, that goes right back to, I think, about 2001, 2002 vintage. Wow. Only a very tiny quantity now, but each year it diminishes, but it's still there. And that adds a sort of development, some sort of nice savoury characters to it as well, and softens the young fruit. And that helps with the tannin structure. We want this to not be too tough in the mouth. A little bit of sweetness added here, as well as a tiny bit of fortified Shiraz is added just at the last stage as a finishing to the wine, and it adds some lovely sort of licorice and things to it as well. So look, with this wine, chill it ice cold. It really is best that way. Just pour a little bit into the glass and refresh it regularly. You want to hold the bubbles. The bubbles are really important to the taste and the feel of the wine. We want that creaming effervescence coming through as well. Look, a really great pack of wines. I'm very proud of these. They're really at the heart of our business, and I think you're going to enjoy them. Dave?
Thank you very much. Cheers, John.
Cheers.
So everyone, yeah, so this is obviously pack 2. It's retails for $150 down to $112.50 on our website. So you can go inside our website and you'll have pack 1 still there from last week. This is pack 2, and then next week we'll do pack 3 with a little bit more premiums, and I think John's going to be a little bit more excited about the next ones coming along, just because we've won some fantastic trophies and awards with them, as much as we've done with these ones too. So there'll be more to come next week, but we hope you've enjoyed tuning in today. Tune in next week, I think it's Thursday at 4 o'clock again, and we'll do pack 3, and we might even do a few more videos down the track, but I'll keep them up our sleeves. So.
Pack 3 has a lot of what I call my ego wines, because they're designed to win awards and make me feel good about myself.
Which it does too. So well done.
Certainly.
Congratulations, John, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.